for the Suns now, especially given the news that Rick just gave us during Wolfing Down Your Lunch that KD is expected to be out at least a week. There only are 2 weeks left in the regular season, and if KD's not playing in those games, then there's 2 weeks left in the Suns season. I cannot envision a way where they make the playoffs against the teams they have to play without Durant for any of these games. They've got the Bucks, Celtics, Knicks, Warriors, Thunder, Spurs, and Kings as the 7 games they have coming up.
Just a massive loss for the Phoenix Suns right now. We all know that from a tangible perspective, a massive loss. You're talking about KD, man. Was he having a great year? You know what?
Yeah.
Statistically, you look at his numbers right now, and I'm telling you, Basinonians, you tell me that he's slowed down. Somebody tell me that KD has slowed a little bit, even a little bit, in terms of being able to score the basketball.
No.
No, he has not. And he's been relatively healthy this entire season as well. Once again, another season, late in his career, late in his age, where you're talking about being as old as he is right now, he still is just as impactful as ever offensively.
I got to double check this, but when's the last time Kevin Durant missed the playoffs?
Man.
I mean, I think we are going back to
know.
like his rookie year, second year. I mean, when you ask if he's having a good year, yeah, statistically he's still one of the best players in the league. You're right. He hasn't slowed down at all. You go back to that Bucks game that started to get people a little fired up last week, and there were all these great moments, and Ryan Dunn, great moment, dunking over Giannis and playing great defense and bringing that energy, and Oso doing that, and Booker hitting the game winner. Durant hit 38. Like, they're not going to win those games without his 38 points or his 42 points or whatever. His production is there, but if you ask me if he's had a good season, this has to be one of his most frustrating seasons because I can't think of a time in his career where he has missed the playoffs other than, I mean, you have to go way back to, like, I'm guessing his rookie year was with Seattle, actually, and his second year with Oklahoma City.
We're not even talking about the playoffs. We're talking about the play-in.
I know.
Man.
That's...
It really is. This is why we're so frustrated. This is why you can feel the Phoenix Suns. You don't have to think about the Phoenix Suns. You can feel the Phoenix Suns. This is what happens when you underachieve and the disappointment is palpable.
They, again, I'll say this, the highest payroll in NBA history this season. Here's Devin Booker after the game yesterday.
I mean, you can point at everything tonight. Tough night from start to finish. Versus a really good team that's been, trending in the right direction. They've been building that thing for the past couple of years, and, they play like it.
He's not wrong. I mean, Houston's a good team. I'm just tired of giving the other team credit. I mean, the Suns have Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, and that alone should be enough to be a playoff team. If you just have 5 other NBA players on your roster, which they do, by the way, it's not like the rest of the Suns are terrible.
Once again, KD he's something I don't even understand. He's so talented. We're talking about this in the not so beautiful part of the program, but
yeah.
Basin Earnings, I was a wedge buster. All right. I tried really, really hard to do my job, and I was always amazed with the guys that were so dripping wet with talent. Guys that just had this raw talent. Guys that didn't even really have to engage the essence of the game to go out and score 3 touchdowns. A guy that was just so talented. A Deion Sanders, just dripping with talent out there. Didn't have to get all fired up. Now, Deion did from time to time, but an Eric Metcalf. And Eric, just go back and Google it and watch Eric Metcalf.
Or just ask LeBron.
Run.
LeBron will tell you all about
exactly
Eric Metcalf.
Right, Eric. Yes. These guys, Roy Jetstream Green, just a great wide receiver. Just went out there and didn't have to get all worked up to play in the game. Just a guy that was going to go out there and be better. I've always been fascinated by that, and I marvel at it. And I look at KD, and this is how I feel. The same thing. Just marvel at his talent and how good that he is. Even now, at this age, how good he is. I marvel at it. And yet, that's the Suns overall. Collectively, that's who they are. They were so talented, and yet you can't just win on talent. You can't. It's got to be a combination of talent and a little nasty, a little something coming out of the side of your neck.
The
Suns don't have it.
It's going to go down as the most confusing era of Suns basketball I can ever remember. However this season ends, short of this season turning around, they make the play-in, they get through the play-in, which, by the way, would probably mean they have to beat Minnesota at some point. So, no, because they can't beat Minnesota. And then they have to win a series against Oklahoma City. That's, I think, where you would have a huge plot twist at the end of the season. They're probably not even going to make the play-in. So short of any of that miraculous storyline I just threw out there, some version of this era is going to end this offseason. I would think at least Beal or KD gets traded, maybe both. You might make a coaching change. So this era is going to be over, and it's just going to be such a confusing era to have the pieces that they had to, on paper, get better each year that KD was here, and yet as a team get worse each year, to have a different coach each year. I mean, the first half year with KD and Book, that was a good team. They almost took out Denver, almost. I mean, they were close-ish. Nobody took out Denver that year. And then even last year when KD and Book both played, they won pretty much all the time when those two played. But it just keeps getting worse, and it's just confusing. It's baffling.
Yeah, once again, we were talking about this earlier, but it's the truth. I'm fascinated with the prospect of watching the Suns play without KD. Now, again, this is going to be interesting because you're saying he might only be out a week, which still blows my mind, thinking about what I saw in terms of KD rolling that ankle.
Yeah, it's like
and how he was on the ground and he went right off, of course, after that, right to the locker room to get that thing treated. I'm thinking to myself, man, that is guaranteed 2 weeks. Guaranteed right there. So the fact that he might even be back right now, it's amazing. But you have this complacency, I would imagine, when you're playing with Kevin Durant, where you just know KD is so good. He's so good in terms, especially, of scoring the basketball. What happens when he's removed from this lineup?
I don't know, man.
What happens when Devin Booker suddenly has got to be the guy going forward?
I hear what you're saying.
Does the desperation at all help this team?
I think it could in a roundabout way if they weren't playing the Bucks, Celtics, and Knicks. I mean, I'm just looking at this Bucks game.
It's brutal.
And I'm like,
that is brutal, man.
How many points is Devin Booker realistically going to have to score for the Suns to beat the Bucks tomorrow? 45?
Maybe 70.
Yeah, I mean,
just saying.
I would say probably at least 45 for the Suns to beat the Bucks. Now, could he do that? Yeah, he can. I don't know that that's sustainable. Last game when they just played the Bucks a week ago, Book had 19, but KD had 38. So they combined for 57.
What is Bradley Beal's availability right now? Did you see a report on Bradley Beal?
No, nothing yet.
Okay.
Because they don't play today, so they don't have to the NBA doesn't have to put out like that official injury report on the Suns game.
Thanks for watching Wolf and Luke. Tap to see more and click the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.